Few problems with the creation story. The first off being, I don't understand how the world was created in 7 days.
I think that was a metaphor for the amount of time it took to create the world, because the ancient people couldn't grasp how long it took. Like 4.5 billion years is a long time for them to comprehend.
The problem I had was, the Bible talks about how there was a snake and it was talking. Can you explain that?
The talking snake was a metaphor for temptation. Temptation is always there, and it's always going to try to lead you on to doing something wrong.
And also, the Bible talks about how the man was created from dust. Can you explain that as well?
Man being created from dust shows the power of God, that he could do whatever he wants, and he's omnipotent over the world. He's the greatest being there is, so he can create anything out of nothing, which is dust.
And when he was asleep, can you explain that? I mean, what does he mean by the ribs going from one human to another?
The rib taken from Adam is significant because it means that the rib is Eve, and one cannot be created without the other. So Adam couldn't exist without Eve. Humans are always very social beings, and they needed to be together. So Eve is a part of Adam.
So they're like images, like
yeah, they are images. Yeah.
In Genesis, it also talks about how Adam is 130 years old, and as well he has a baby at the age. Can you explain how someone can be that old and what God means?
Yeah, if that was God's plan for Adam, then that's what he's gonna do, because God can do whatever he wants with anyone's life. You know, it's just God's plan for what Adam was to do in his life. If he wants to be 130 years old and father a child, that's what God's gonna do.
God talks about a mighty wind. Is there a deeper meaning to that, or is it just gibberish?
No, the mighty wind is God breathing life into Adam when he was creating him out of dust. And the mighty wind is also known as ruah, which means breath or spirit. And it's when he breathed the life into Adam was the ruah coming over him.
In Genesis, the Garden of Eden is brought up. What does that mean, or is there a deeper meaning to that?
Yes, Eden is the Hebrew word for paradise. So essentially, God created paradise for humans, and yeah.
In Genesis, they talk about a rising river as well. Can you explain that, or is there like a deeper meaning to it?
In religious literature, the dwelling place of God is a rising river, so it's metaphorical for the dwelling place of God.
And what about Adam? What does that mean? Is there also a deeper meaning to that?
Adam in Hebrew literally means man, so that was just a literature meaning for man, Adam.